Welcome to the Blogger's Best Friend and the Influencers Too podcast with Rachel Cush. I am a affiliate marketing director by day. I also own a small business that is for content copywriting, and that is with 2 other people plus a few writers. And then I have a couple blogs that I contribute to. I do affiliate marketing / influencer marketing on one of them, and I just opened a baby boutique. So that's my professional life. My personal life is I'm married, I'm 34, I have 2 beautiful 1-year-old twin boys, and I love blogging. I decided to start this podcast because I love blogging so much that I've been doing it for so many years, but I had a turning point a couple of years ago where I realized that I could actually make money blogging. And while this is something that I feel like everybody knows you can do now, I think a couple of years ago, for me, it was still like, well, only a couple people make a living blogging. Only very special, very lucky people make money blogging. And after realizing that that just wasn't the case, I began to dig into what it took to make money from a blog. And just to kind of give you an idea of what we're talking about, I have one small blog that makes a couple $100s a year. It just pays for itself. It's something that I love to write about. So does the other person who contributes to the blog. It's more of an information blog, and it makes enough money to stay open and to get across what we want to teach people about. The second blog, I make a couple $100 to $1,000 a month from. And I actually started monetizing that blog probably, I want to say in 2017, after several years of working in content marketing, seeing influencers coming up, being an influencer director in my every day job. So I'm watching other people doing it and thinking, oh my gosh, I have a blog. I could be doing what they're doing. And so as I have spent the past 6 going on 7 years working as an affiliate marketing director in the business of working with influencers, I have learned so much, especially with the relationship side of being the person who negotiates the contracts, takes it to our marketing team, decides whether or not an influencer is going to work for our business or not. And I've been able to take what I've learned and apply it to my own blog or blogs and become successful at growing those in a small way. I am not going to tell you this podcast is going to bring you from $1 to $1 million in a year. I can't promise that. I don't make that much on my blog, but I make enough money on my blogs to keep them open. And one of the main reasons for me monetizing my blog in the first place was that I saw all this opportunity, but I had a real reason. This was before I had kids. Again, my twins are just 1 year old. So, this was, we're talking 4 years ago now. I had student loans. I went to school. I have a bachelor's in English and professional writing. And then I went back to school in grad school for marketing management. And I did not finish my master's. I think I'm 16 credits shy. I started working instead in the industry and just realized that I'd probably have to choose between school and working in real life. And by that point, I was ready to work. Now that I've been doing what I'm doing now for several years, I feel like I don't have to, finish my degree because I have enough experience, and I think my work speaks for itself. And, this is marketing and affiliate marketing. I don't want to say it's new because it's truly not that new, but it is constantly new in the sense that it is growing and changing. And I bet you guys can hear my babies yelling in the background. So if you can, that this is a real life, no holds barred podcast on what it's like to be a blogger, a professional, a mom, all wrapped in one. And I think, that being said, with all that being said, the reason I wanted to start this podcast is that I have grown my blogs from $0 to a couple hundred to a couple thousand, depending on which one we're talking about. But I've also created a small influencer affiliate type revenue stream using one of my blogs as well. In doing so, I have looked through countless other courses, watched hundreds of hours of YouTube videos, read tutorials, read other people's journeys. And one thing that I wish I had was someone to kind of sum it all up for me. And I think that's the value, and I hope that's the value that you guys get from this podcast, will be me summing up what I've learned, what I've applied to my own blogs, what it's brought me, what I've applied to client blogs from our small content marketing firm, and then also what I've learned in my professional work as a affiliate marketing director on the influencer side. And what you can do with that information is use that to help you grow as an influencer. But I wanted to put it all in one place, and I wanted the information to be free. I think one of the things that was hard for me in the beginning was I found all these really amazing courses that cost hundreds of dollars, and I hadn't made $1 on my blog. And it's hard to ante up a couple $100s for a passion blog or a blog that you're just testing out and trying. I will say this, when it came down to paying for an actual blog, like a self-hosted blog that wasn't, my blog at someplaceelse.com, and it was more like, myblog.com, I had to pay for hosting, I had to pay for a website because I wanted to be that serious about blogging, but it was like, okay, spend a couple $100 getting a real website, or spend a couple $100 learning about how to make my website work. And what I realized was, if I did enough digging online, if I did enough looking around, I could find free resources, super cheap resources. And I'm talking like $10, $5 or free resources. I didn't have $400 or $600 to take these amazing courses. And I will tell you something, those courses do work. I've seen amazing stories come out, but I wasn't ready. I wanted to get the foundation of just actually starting my blog, getting on the right path, creating content, understanding where I wanted it to go before investing hundreds of dollars into courses. Part of that was, I didn't know where I wanted to take my blog at first. I needed to map all of that out, but I also needed to buy my blog. And so instead of doing like a blog at blogspot.com or wix.com, I went and I purchased my first blog. I spent the first money I spent was on a self-hosted blog. And then I dug into YouTube's blogs, free downloadable PDFs that people offered. And I spent all my time teaching myself how to apply what I knew from my own work and then apply what I was learning from other people's successes online and what I could find for free to get my blog to a place that eventually I would pay for a course to learn more about where my blog was headed. So for example, there are courses on running Amazon storefronts if you have physical product, running Shopify stores if you have physical product. You can find courses on creating courses, right? Like how to monetize courses, how to be a coach. You can find courses on affiliate marketing. You can find courses on just building web traffic or PDFs or ebooks. With all the options out there, I knew one thing. I wasn't sure exactly how I was going to monetize my blog. I just knew that I wanted to monetize my blog. So I invested the money to get my blog set up, and then I looked for resources that could help me do what I felt like were the most basics of building my blog to get it to a place where then I could start monetizing. But before I got to that point, I wanted to be making a couple dollars before I invested in a bunch of courses to help me make more dollars. So long story short, this podcast is going to sum up everything that I can possibly muster up for you guys on building your blog And that's why I'm calling it the blogger's best friend, and influencers too, because I want you guys to come here and think, oh my gosh, if I had a friend who was a blogger and I could just ask them anything and they could tell me all their secrets, this is the podcast for you. And I'll just kind of tell you some of the stuff I want to cover. I want to cover tools, both for building your blog and productivity, and continually running the blog. So things like free scheduling apps and free organization apps, how to keep track of your content, how to do free keyword and competitive analysis, how to build courses for free. If you have a course that you want to put out but you're not ready to purchase a paid course builder, they do actually have free options. Teachable actually used to be free and now they don't have that, so we actually had to find a different one. Things like free places to do amazing designs that give you templates that make your website, your outgoing media and graphics, even places you can design a pretty decent logo for free, places to host your videos for free, transcriptions for free. So if you're not someone who loves to write, but you can talk and you would like to transcribe your videos, there's actually free software out there for you to just talk into your phone and it will type it out for you. It's pretty accurate and it will help you put together content without ever having to write it. And even things like this, right? Anchor, a place that you can start a podcast for free without a ton of equipment, or any equipment, right? Besides your phone. So there's just a lot of things that I just want to be able to share with you. Some of the most important things I feel like I can share with you are, what are some of the first steps that you take once you buy your website? Like, what next? Is it design? Is it content? Is it social media? Can I do it all? In what order? In what priority? And so I think I'm going to really try to dedicate different episodes to different things. So I think one of the first things I want to help with is doing a little research about your blog, and that's naming your blog and the types of things you're going to cover, and I want to say like keywords you want to rank for or hit. And then even things like, what social media should I start and grab up after I name my business, and what happens if my name's already taken. There's a lot of stuff like that just happen in the very beginning, that those are things we have to address before you start, selling anything or making money off your blog, because those are the basics of building a blog. So I'm here to help you build your blog. I hope that I become your blogging best friend. I want to answer your questions. I want to make this super interesting, fun, and overall educational, because of all the time that I spent digging around, I found so many gems. I just wanted to put it all together. I will also be uploading all of this information to my website. It's just my name, rachelkusch.com, RACHAELKUSCH.com. I already have a bunch of videos and blogs up just with some of the basic stuff, but I will be turning those into podcasts as well. So I will see you guys in the next episode. Thank you for stopping by.